this was like one of the main bumpers they did for the trailer for episode 6. Take a look at this. They put the chess pieces in line with the king in the middle, and then it has 2 queens. Now, you know, if I play chess, I think you said you learned how to play chess too. It doesn't have 2 queens. But if this is highlighting what's to come, what do you think is actually saying? Now, I couldn't really tell if that was Lauren and Diana who's on the end. Somebody said that it was Lauren is one bishop and Diana's the other bishop. That can't be Diana on the other side. I know we got Braden and we got Kane as your rooks. And then for the knights, we got Cooper Sacks and Meth McLean. And then the queens, as you can see, Mary J. and Tariq's mama. Larry, expand only the way you can expand. And mind you, you don't plagiarize like that bum-ass Jabari.
I couldn't tell who was next to Sachs on the other side.
Let me pull it back up. Let me pull it because that's the mystery to me too. So I'm thinking that's Braden, but
no, I see Braden on the far end.
Yeah, Braden's a knight. He's a rook. Braden's a rook.
The rook.
Yeah,
wait, I'm trying to remember. Wait, it goes king, queen, bishop,
knight. Rook.
Knight, rook, right? Okay, so I see Braden as the rook, but who's the knight on the Monet side?
I don't know. It looks like a dude. People been trying to say that's Diana. That is not Diana.
No, that's not Diana. It doesn't even look like a woman. And Diana's more brown skinned, and that's a real sort of
light skin.
That's a real fair skin type person.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
The other side I could definitely see Tasha. Davis.
Lauren.
What do you call it? Meth McLean?
Meth McLean. Everybody's telling me that's Lauren. And then you got Braden.
And then Braden.
Yeah. So
that's interesting that they only had, it looks like on Monet's side, they only had one of her people, because it looks like they had Monet and then Sachs and then the mystery person and then Kane on the end.
Right,
I'm assuming that's Kane.
Now let's look at it one more time, because somebody said that could be Drew. That is not Drew beside Cooper Sacks.
No, that's not Drew.
That is not Drew beside Cooper Sacks. So
I mean, it could be a little prelude into something, so, a character we haven't met yet.
Could be.
Or maybe it's Simon Stern's boyfriend or something.
Could be him too. I didn't think about Simon Stern's boyfriend, but it could definitely be him. But what is it saying that they don't even have Diana on the board at all?
Yeah, I think that just goes to say that she's not even, she's a pawn, I guess, at that point. If that's really what it is, she's just a pawn.
Okay.
Because all the pieces they showed on there are named pieces. Everybody else, I guess, in the series are just pawns.
Wow. So you mean to tell me that Diana and Drew are pawns?
Maybe right now, looks like it. Just pawns.
Damn.
I mean, if that's what they're trying to tell us, if by showing that, it looks like everybody that's not on that board that's in the show is just a pawn, which is really interesting, showing that what's his name? Braden made the board. That was interesting.
Braden's up there. Well, I mean, so obviously by having Cooper Sacks punk ass Nancy on the board, he's going to be used. I think the way they've got this picture scripted, Tariq is the king and he's using everybody that we've seen on the board. So then that leads you to question which queen is going to be the most powerful, or are they going to be equal? Because it's like you got one on this side of Tariq pulling him one way. Then you got the other queen on this side pulling the king this way. Which queen is going to win out?
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest with you. If I had to choose a squad, I'm going with the squad on the side with Braden and them, because when you look at that squad, you have Tasha, who we already know is smart. She's the one that taught. She was saying that she was the one that taught Ghost and Tommy the game. She knows the game, so she knows how to play it.
She can wash the money. She know how to wash the money.
Right.
She got bodies.
And then you have Cooper. I mean, then you have Meth McLean, who is one of the best criminal defense lawyers. So we know that if anybody gets in trouble, he can get them up out of that. True. And then we have Lauren, who's obviously smart. You know, she's super intelligent, so she just might need to learn the game. That's all it is. I'm assuming anything she needs to learn, she can learn it. You know.
So Larry, I got to stop you right there on Lauren. Are you saying that they're going to convert Lauren to this life of crime?
Oh yeah, Lauren knows. I mean, you look at the fact that she likes Tariq. She knows Tariq is sort of a bad. She knows he's sort of a bad boy. He's always showing up late. He's got all these issues with his family. And when they went to dinner and they were up there, and her dad was saying, "Oh, we've been following your case, your family's case in the newspaper. We have been for some time." They sit down and they talk about this. She knows that Tariq's family comes from a sort of a sordid background with the dad who's involved in possible underworld criminal activity. So she knows that Tariq is not just some square biz dude. She knows that she's getting herself a dude that goes to a good school, but sort of a bad boy. He's probably got more than what she's bargaining for. But I think she likes that. And I think she's probably going to get turned out by Tariq. And he's going to ask her to do something. But before she does, she's going to get wrapped up with him emotionally a little bit. And then Tariq's going to ask her to do something. She's going to agree to do it. And the next thing she knows, she's going to be wrapped up in all that mess. And she's going to end up liking it.
So let me break this down for you then. Do you think it's safe to say that everybody we just seen in this picture, if you were just popping in, this is the picture we're discussing. We've broken it down. Larry, is it safe to say that everybody you see that's matching up with a chess piece is going to make it the next season?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because we know that Tariq's safe. There's no reason to think that Meth McLean's going out. We know he needs to be safe because he has to continue with Tasha's defense. There's no reason right now for Lauren to get touched at all. She hasn't done anything, so she'll be there. Braden, I don't see anybody touching Braden. Braden's got that white privilege protection around him. No one would dare touch him right now. I mean, the police didn't even want to touch him. So if Braden gets taken out, Braden's going to probably have to get taken out by someone that's way higher up on the food chain or somebody who's so low on the food chain they just don't know or don't care.
Right.
You know? So, and on the other side, you have that same thing going on a little bit with Monet. Monet's safe because she's Tejada's, wife. And if you mess with Tejada's wife, Tejada's going to have to come at you with everything just to save face. Even if he doesn't care about her, he's going to have to save face just to protect his own image. And then you have Cooper Sacks, who's an ADA. There's no one's touching. I mean, actually, I think he's a AG at this point. No one's gonna. Well, he's still an ADA because he's not the head AG, but he's leading up the New York division. No one's touching him. I mean, that's a federal crime. The whole government will come down on you with a vengeance. And then we don't know who that is next to him. So I don't know. I'm assuming because we don't know who that person is, they're going to be introduced probably in the next episode or two, And so that person's probably safe because they're not going to bring him in, put him on the poster as this integral part of the story, and then just wipe him out real quick.
Right.
And Kane, I think Kane's going to be there for the long haul because I think Kane's probably going to be. I think Kane's going to flip sides. I think he's going to end up going over to Tariq's side. So. I think he'll be safe. So I think everybody else is not safe. All the Diana, Drew, Braden's brother. I think all those people are at risk of getting killed. The cop. Oh, that could be the cop.
Hell no, that's not the cop. Let's take a look again. Let's look again. That's not the cop.
That could be the cop.
No, man. No. Whoever that is, he's a little bit more bulkier than the cop. That's not the cop. That's not the cop. Definitely ain't the cop. But before I get into the next power discussion, let me shout out my folk who just super chat, super sticker, D'Angelo Washington. I appreciate that, homie, because it'd be hard on a player up here sometime. And my folk Buzz 703, who always hold me down. Now, let me see. What can I give you guys combined to say thank you? To make you laugh. to say, hey, when you super chat me, I recognize you. Oh, okay. I'm going to go back to this one. This one made Larry laugh the last time I did it.
We just talk about practice. We sitting here, I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice. I mean, listen, we talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice.
Practice.
Not a game. We talking about practice, man. I mean, how silly is that, man? We're talking about practice. Practice? We talking about practice, man. We talking about practice. We talking about practice. We ain't talking about the game. We talking about practice, man.
Practice? Practice? We're not talking about the game. We're talking about practice.
Practice. I appreciate y'all for that super chat, man. And y'all ain't just practicing super chatting. Y'all are super chatting, and I appreciate it. So let's talk about this.
Since we're on the basketball thing for a hot second, what's up with your Miami squad?
We getting that ass beat. That's what's up with us. We in there getting that ass beat like a toddler who got caught eating out the cookie jar.
I told you don't mess with my LA team, man.
Man, stop it. I ain't never heard you say anything about sports since
we've been LA.
It don't matter. It don't matter. I'm from Greenville. Do you hear me supporting the Greenville Hornets? No.
Because you know better.
No. Man. Golly. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got one more thing we want to cover in regards to power. Then we're going to move on to the politics because there's some rough stuff out there. We want to equip you guys with knowledge and some entertainment. One thing that's very peculiar about that splice and the chessboard, they have Tariq being the king for what we're going to assume is his clan, but also the king for the Tejadas. So does that mean, Larry, somehow, some way, Reek is going to be able to take out the king of the Tejadas, which is Lorenzo?
Maybe. I mean, let's be real. We're only seeing one king on that board. So it really, when you look at it, it's going to be two teams fighting basically to save and preserve the one king. That's it. Tariq is safe no matter what. Mm-hmm. So if he wants to go after Tejada, he's going after Tejada. He's going to end up okay. If Tejada wants to come after him, Tariq is still going to be okay. If Tariq decides to let Tejada keep doing his thing, Tariq's still going to be okay. In every scenario, Tariq is still going to be okay.
So I think it's very safe. Damn, Kato, be more careful. Kendall in the building with a $20 super chat. You know what? Go. I'm going to have to give you two, okay? Let me you get two back to back. So for such a generous super chat, let me give you this one first. Okay, so that's number one.
Upside down, like what happened?
Don't twirl from a pole that ain't secured to a ceiling. That's number one. And number two for you is this one right here, because what you done is very sexy.
I'd like to give a big round of applause to my band, Sexual Chocolate. I believe the children are our future. Thank you. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Love of all inside of me. Yeah. Sexual Chocolate.
Damn, that boy can sing.
You must be crazy.
He good.
You must be crazy.
And damn, Kendall can super chat. $20. We appreciate you, family. Thanks for the support. We try to come up here and make sure we're consistent in bringing you guys as much entertainment with good real life information. I know a lot of people don't do it on YouTube because they're afraid of growth. They're afraid of who they might offend. But me and Larry, we know our heart is in the right place. We know we're trying to support our people and all people as best we can. And we appreciate it when y'all super chat us like that. It keeps us going. We really, really appreciate that. All right, Larry, last point on power. Then we got to move on to some real deal, serious issues going on in the country we live in that we have thought about escaping. Okay.
Before we go on real quick, you know what could solve all of Tariq's problems with this? All he needs to do.
He called in Tommy.
Huh?
He called in Tommy and say he's sorry.
Well, Tommy would help him. Tommy would definitely help him because Tommy would come in there and do some regulating. He would probably help Tariq get his connect set up so he didn't have to keep worrying about dealing with Monet and them. He would probably get him a steady connect. But Tommy brings in his own host of problems. Even though he'll solve some, he'll bring some more in. But if he really wants to solve all of his problems and do it definitively once and for all he has to do is call in Killmonger. Killmonger will come in there and get rid of all of his competition. He will liberate him and all of the other folks out there that have been held down by our oppressors. And Killmonger will come out and just put his place. And Killmonger is the rightful ruler of Wakanda. He'll just come in there and politely take Tariq off that throne, set him over in a different position, and take his place because he is the rightful ruler, as he should be.
For those of you that are new, this is what Larry's asking for those of you that are new. Just sit through this.
Yeah, go ahead and burn all that.
My king, we cannot do that. It is our tradition.
When I tell you to do something, I mean that shit. Burn it all!
Burn it all!